All right, we're back in action. Welcome back, everybody, to another stream of 6 Ages. So far, we have, well, last time, just to recap, last time on 6 Ages, we did a ritual, our very first, which is the equivalent of a hero quest in King of Dragon Pass. We fought some more battles. We prevailed against one cattle raid, and we attempted to make a cattle raid against another clan, but unfortunately failed in that one. But we didn't get completely smashed at all, which is always something to celebrate. As you can see here from the reports from the ring, our people are very healthy. Let's see what actions the clan recommends next. As far as I understand, the sort of objective of this game is going to reveal itself as we go along. Right now, our clan is still trying to get situated here in this Black Eel River Valley that we find ourselves in, surrounded by all of these, potential friends and potential enemies. It's been sort of a mixed bag. You know, we've met these Orlanthi. The Orlanthi raided us, and they told us, hey, what's the problem, right? I mean, come on, if we didn't raid you, that would mean we didn't love you, right? It's kind of how the Orlanthi show their affection for each other, by killing each other. Whereas with the Rider clans aren't quite like that. We tend to take it kind of seriously when someone tries to, kill us and steal our stuff and so forth. So that seems to have been the beginning of a misunderstanding between our peoples. But we have been doing some trading with the Orlanthi so far. Let's see what we can accomplish. I think I'm going to focus some more on diplomatic relations here, trying to build up a good reputation for ourselves here in the Black Eel River Valley. And let's see what the clan ring has to say about what we ought to do next. None on health. Well, our health situation is pretty good. If we finished our clan hall, we could perform another venture each year. We haven't yet held a feast to inaugurate it. Okay, that's a good agenda item there. We've got an ongoing venture of clan hall decorations, which should be completed soon. Our clan songs ring true. Indeed, they do. I have no specific advice to give. That always seems to be the case. Our people could be happier, but this isn't important yet. I agree. In this game, it's always difficult to keep your clan happy on an ongoing basis. There's always somebody who's unhappy. With a representative of Busanari, Gamari, or Yarda on the circle, we could spend more magic helping our herds during sacred time. That's true. And our herds keep dropping every year. Now they're down to 525. So that is something to keep an eye on, although it's not to the point where I'm getting a warning about my herds being too small. I think there was another clan that said to me, compared to ours, your herds are small. We seek a rich partner, not a poor cousin. But that was just their opinion of me, probably because of their abundant herds. And as far as my own clan goes, they seem to think the herd situation is okay. So I'm going to run with that. All right. Let's see what we can do as far as some diplomatic relations here are concerned. Okay, so we've got a couple of clans that are next to us, the Bright Eyes and the Sa Gorin. The Sa Gorin being one of these wheel people clans who, relations have been somewhat tense with those people, although not as tense as the Orlanthi. And then there's the Bright Eyes clan here. And we can see that their color is pink, which means that there is a growing sort of animosity between us. But if we want good relations here in the Black Eel River Valley, we want to move them in the direction of the color blue. So that's what we're going to attempt to do here with an emissary to the Bright Eyes. The Bright Eyes, they're known for following pure horse practices. Okay. Let's send an emissary their way. The good situation is okay. It's not 100% ideal. I think I'm going to bring some gifts to them to try to improve my diplomatic relations with them. Our gifts were praised by the Shining Blossoms. As near as I could tell, they think well of us. Excellent. I believe they're more favorably disposed toward us now. So, yeah. I mean, like I always say when I'm playing this, bribery goes a long way in this. Giving gifts, and, it's not necessarily a sign of weakness. It's not necessarily a sign that you want to pay them tribute or something like that. It's more just a sign of being neighborly. And this is true among both the Orlanthi and the Rider clans, that they, but as they say, generosity is the prerogative of, of heroes and kings. It can be given or withheld. If one of the people from A Sharp is on here, I'm sure they can correct me on that saying, but that's an off-stated slogan from King of Dragon Pass. All right. Anyway, diplomatic relations are improving. That's great. Here we are in Dark Season. Okay, during Dark Season, what we want to do is we want to see if we can get any more of these blessings going on. See if we can get a little closer to our gods. Okay, well, since we've been doing more fighting recently, perhaps we would like to see if we can learn either the morale or flaming lance blessings of Elmal, which is a god that our people are very close to, and so generally speaking, it's a good idea to learn his blessings and mysteries. It seems like a pretty good number as far as sacrifices and gifts to other clans go. The Sacred Story Taming the River. Long simmering complaints against one of your circle members have come to a head. People of all stations object to Carndivis's frequent resort to the legal system to resolve disputes with other members of the clan. No matter how many times the elders ruled that his property rights have not been violated, he continues to waste time they need for their other duties, having them adjudicate Picayune complaints. I had always thought him Picayune. The chieftain and circle meet without Carndivis to decide what to do. Okay. Carndivis is... Let me just look at who this is. Carndivis is a shaman worshiper. Okay, and these people tend to be somewhat troublesome, although it doesn't sound like the complaints are purely just for her own entertainment. It sounds like she's just kind of a litigious person. So unlike like a Yurmal worshiper in King of Dragon Pass, who would like initiate a legal proceeding and, you just use it as an opportunity to throw goat dung at the judges or something like that. It seems like she at least believes her complaints to be serious. Okay. This is a job for satirical song. When Healor captured the law beast, he put it on a leash so it would survive without biting. Okay, let's see. This is not really a problem. I tend to agree with that, but let's see what everybody else says. As a member of the circle, Carndivis may pay double when a penalty is levied against him. Somehow I thought that Carndivis was a she. Okay, Carndivis is a he. People won't like it if we take away the right simply to hamstring a single troublemaker. Okay, ideally this seems to me like a matter that we can deal with just, on the level of the ring here. I'm just going to see if I can talk him down. Carndivis promised to restrict his complaints to those that were unequivocally just. The people could tell that this meant he would go on as usual and grew angrier still. Okay, so let's see what else we can do here. If that's the case, I'm going to have to take more drastic measures. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place limits on the number he may request. Many objected to the unfairness of taking away rights from everyone to deal with a single troublemaker. Okay, so that apparently... I guess it depends on where you set the limit, right? But I didn't get any discretion regarding that. So I ended up setting a limit that was too low for people's likings, who believe that they may have just legal claims. Oh well, as with many aspects of this game, you live and learn. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Here in Dark Season, I think we've got the goods to sacrifice for another blessing. I'm just going to turn my air conditioning on 1 second because it's insanely hot. Here, it may be Dark Season in the game, but it's fire season here in Los Angeles. There we go. All right. What else can we do here? I'm just looking at possible blessings that I might learn. Okay. We're doing pretty well learning these blessings. It seems like I've got a pretty good number as far as the number of goods that I typically sacrifice to the gods. It seems like I worked out a pretty good number to sacrifice to get a blessing reliably. We don't have any blessings from Helor right now, who is this horse deity who is very important to the rider people. So let's see what we can do about that. Okay, I'm going to sacrifice some goods to Helor. The Horsebreaker blessing. Okay, I believe that's taming wild horses. You can no longer drag me away. Okay. It's now storm season, and what I've seen so far is that it's actually possible to explore during storm season. So perhaps I'm going to do a bit of that. I'll exploring thing. Okay. She is the raven worshipper who loves exploring for whatever reason, even though it's kind of a dangerous thing to do. Hey, you know, to each their own. In this case, I'm happy that there's somebody who is perfectly okay with doing it. Word has it that one of the nearby Ram people settlements has flooded with migrants from parts unknown. Observers said that some of the newcomers bolstering the Wallakiring clan were well armed and carried themselves as formidable warriors. Okay. So here we're back to this. I think this is the settlement that had the kite festival the last time we were all together, and there's a concern that perhaps they're planning something warlike against us. This means more rams in the valley? Well, it seems like that, doesn't it? A gift now will help them. Okay. Oh, and our goods are still at an acceptable level, and we got some more cows, too. So maybe it is time to give a gift. We are good at showing the overconfident they haven't thought of everything. Okay, this guy seeks a non-aggression pact. The Orlanthi don't strike me as the kind of people who would be that interested in a non-aggression pact. Their aggression is pretty bound up in their nature. Let's see. I'm going to try offering a welcome gift. Okay, we've got one very good diplomacy at this point, but bargaining is the relevant statistic, and I appreciate the fact that the game shows me that this is the case. All right, so let's send Avardar, our devotee of Ekarna, who's drawn like David Dunham, the creator of this game. Make sure that he's got a sizable escort in case the Rams become hostile. Although I think the Rams are, even the Rams respect the custom of not killing envoys. What do you give to them? I'm going to give them... They received our gift with less than fulsome gratitude. Avardar said we had to keep working on our understanding of these odd foreigners. Some of the people grumbled that we had given away too much. Yeah, sometimes with these diplomatic missions, it's not the easiest to estimate how the extent of the gifts that you need to give. Okay, we've got that exploration party going. It's storm season. Okay, there's a bad relations omen. One thing that I would appreciate here in the left-hand side menu here, whenever I receive one of these warnings, which are extremely helpful, if I could click on the warning and I could get some more details or something like that about the origin of it. But I guess I can always go to the saga to figure that out. So, you know, I'm not complaining. All right. What about our fortifications? It has been 6 years since our last raid. We are losing the respect of the other clans in the valley. Okay, so during fire season of next year, we're going to raid. Well, I normally have 9 warriors. There are 2 of them away, so, you know, right now I think the situation as far as warriors are concerned is pretty good. If we have 9, then I don't have people telling me that I have insufficient warriors, so I'm happy with that. A shrine to Osara would make our bows more effective. Okay, that is a good point. All right. Fire arrow improves the effectiveness of our skirmishers. I always found skirmishing to be a very effective tactic in King of Dragon Pass as far as reducing the enemy number before we get into hand-to-hand range. So let's make a sacrifice to learn that blessing. Okay, that's excellent. We're being raided by the Nar Onani. Oh yeah, they raided us before, didn't they? I do have some magic that I can use against them, which is good. His clan disrespected our might. Alright, I'm gonna, because they outnumbered me, because they were able to slip past our patrols, I'm gonna devote 2 magic to this. My goal is gonna be to drive them off. Try skirmishing. Our arrows took a toll on the Naranani as they performed some sort of ritual. Magical flames appeared on the wheels of their chariot. Our bowstrings sang thanks to Dostal. Okay, so they're going to... So these chariot people are going to charge. They're known for their caution. Perhaps what we need to do is charge them. We found ourselves locked in melee. Let's hold our ground. Ooh, I got crushed. It would have been worse without our fortifications. Okay, our auxiliaries kept 2 warriors from dying and healed 3 of our wounded. That was pretty catastrophic. Her last words were to bless her family and insult the wheels. The wheels are certainly worthy of insult. All right, so okay, yeah, because we got some goods stolen, and we're now down to 0 goods, and we're now down to we're now down to a low number of cows. So these Nar Anani have become a thorn in my side, and I think it's going to be necessary to take some vengeance upon them. We're going to have some goods. Let's see, because we've got a lot of wounded people, I'm going to put 2 in health. Still got 6 magic points. I'm going to put 1 in pastures to try to increase the size of my herds. Crafts is always for goods. I'm going to put 2 in war. I'm doing pretty well as far as these blessings are concerned. 2 Ram chieftains, Orendal of the Castwaltings and Kent Vent of the Barmanings, have long been at odds with each other. Both showed up at a market hosted by the Grey Wing clan, where they quickly fall into loud dispute. Fists flew and a brawl broke out, to the amusement of the Rams and consternation of their hosts. After pummeling one another for a good long while, the 2 chieftains have reconciled. The Grey Wings, however, remain much offended. Right. Well, yeah, there's still a lot of people here in the valley who don't really understand these Orlanthi customs. And it's kind of a fortunate thing from our perspective that the Orlanthi, in addition to wanting to fight us, also fight each other. And they do it rather relentlessly. So maybe if we can sow some kind of discord among the Orlanthi, that would be helpful. All right, when fire season rolls around, I'm going to see if I can crush those Naranani. see here. If I built a shrine to Naranani, that would cost me 10, 4 goods and 2 herds. It seems like this is not the time to do that. We'll see what kind of increase I can get in my goods in subsequent seasons here. How about the trade situation? We have 5 trading partners. Perhaps we can get another. Let's take a look at relations here. Okay, just to refresh my memory here. Amber, Graywing, 7 Stars, Charstein, and Yellow Hill are our trading partners. Maybe we can... Let's see. Perhaps these Bright Eyes, who I just gave some gifts to and improved relations with, would be interested in trading. Okay, excellent. Yep, we got a trade route with the Bright Eyes. Okay, so we got something out of that gift that we gave them. We need to do more to make sure our people are fed. We do have plenty of food for now, but this won't last if we don't take action. We'll probably eat more than we produce during the coming year. We could ask for blessed barley from Pella. Yeah, well, we lost our Pella shrine as a result of that attack that just occurred. If we don't get smashed in any battles this year, probably we can afford to build that shrine back up to Pella, so I think that is our next move here. Ghosts stride across your lands, restless and moaning. They come from a nearby ruin of Elimpur, city of the empire raised by rams. On certain cold, clear nights, they emerge to demand redress for their destruction. Your shamans hear them out, learning that they will increase your magic if you strike against the Barmering clan, whose ancestors took part in the destruction of the city. Okay, well, not that I have any problem with attacking these Orlanthi, although I'm not. I guess I don't have any experience fighting them, so it would worry me a little bit. But fighting is always dicey in this game, which is one of the reasons why I tend to focus on trade, which is a more reliable way of getting income and cows and everything else you need. None of our gods specialize in quieting the dead. Let's see, what is his? Okay, he worships Akarna. Okay, I'm not sure that he has any expertise that's relevant here. Have them tell us where lost treasures lie. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, my dear, but that's not an option. We don't make a big fuss over the fall of Elimpur, not like some other clans I could name. But then why are you recommending raiding them? When they were alive, they worshipped imperial gods. Okay. All right, well, I do need some herds, so I'm going to try a cattle raid. Okay, well, we have a couple people whose combat is excellent. How about this devotee of Hialor, Hiarnon? People have names that are based on the gods that they're devoted to, which is one of the many reasons why Glorantha is such a rich tapestry of a campaign world. One of the many, many reasons. Okay, yep, this is going to be a small-scale cattle raid, so let's... We set their houses ablaze and struck fear into them. One of our warriors was hurt. We killed 3 of them. As the last of them died, we felt the eerie boon of Elimpur's ghosts upon us. Do you tell the Barnerings you are striking on behalf of Elimpur's ghosts? Yes. Our shaman said this would enhance the ghost blessing. All right. Well, we gave some of those Orlanthi. What for? Although we have sent our herd raiders, it has been many years since we last sent a full raid. Our patrols have heard other clans laughing at us. Our swords grit their teeth but begin to doubt their leaders. We should ride to battle as soon as we can. Well, we did just do that, but maybe that doesn't count if we don't specifically choose to do it from the warfare screen. Grey Wing emissaries gift you with lapis lazuli worth 6 cows. But the primary purpose of your visit, which of course they have some kind of ulterior motive, they're not just going to give me gifts out of the goodness of their heart. That's not how life works in the harsh world of Glorantha. They recall how your ancestors helped broker deal between foreigners. Yeah, that's something that we're good at doing. They ask if you've heard about all the Ram people moving into the south. Oh, have we ever? We offered them a gift, though it was hard to know how well they received it. Yep, same here. The Grey Wings say that many Ram tribes live south of the local Rams, and even more around Mount Wintertop. They claim that mountain is the mother of Orlanthi. Perhaps that's Caro Finn. The Rams say that this is the age of storm. After sharing more minor news and speculation about the Rams, they ask for your thoughts. Okay, let's see what the ring says. The Rams trace their descent through Vingkat to Orlanthi. That's the case. The Rams wouldn't be a threat if we had friends among them. Why are they talking about Elempur? Alright, you gotta get over that. We went and killed some of them over Elempur. At some point we have to move on with our lives. The Ram clans have much bronze. There's a lot of potential enemies. If they're right about all those Rams, at least most of them are far away. What do you have to say? Their god Orlanthi helped by many storm gods. Okay. It's troubling to think that we could receive a visit from Vingkat or even Orlanthi. Might be a good idea to befriend the Rams. They couldn't argue with that, though they pointed out that we would have a much harder time convincing the Ram clans to be friends with riders. The Grey Wing visitors moved on to other subjects and left promising to praise our hospitality. As well they should. Grey Wing are good buddies. It's now fire season, and people have been bellyaching about me not killing enough people recently. Well, so, I guess I gotta do something about that. And you know what? I've been raided twice by these Nar Anan, by these arrogant chariot-riding jerks, and I've just about had enough of them. So, I've still got 2 swords who are not about because they're on an expedition. Perhaps what... Okay, so here's what I'll do. I'm going to recruit 2 swords. Okay, I raised 2 warriors, and now it's time to go after them. These Naranon people also mock me. Perhaps it's time to teach them somewhat of a lesson about that. There are a lot of reasons why they should be taught a lesson. Perhaps I can call on someone for help. How about these Amber people? The Grey Wing like us? Yeah, let's see if we can call on a favor from the Grey Wings, because we're pretty close with them. Usually when the enemy attacks us, they tend to have like 100 bows. So it seems like that's a pretty good number from our perspective so that we don't get outnumbered. Alright, have at you. The Grey Wings sent 14 warriors, and Naranani did not spot us in time, and our 6 swords and 100 bows are facing only 3 charioteers and 58 footmen. Now, I've got 2 magic to devote to this. Nobody could be certain of the outcome. That's always the case. Eileen noted that the Naranon chief was noted for his caution, though his clan mocked our might. Well, that's soon to change. Let's see if we can intimidate the foe. The Naranon set aside a reserve force. Those left in front look like they would have preferred to be in the reserves. I can't blame them, because we're about to smash them. We charged, only to discover we were fighting in boggy ground. We're going to press the attack. They fought defensively, conserving their strength. Victory now appeared in their grasp. Eileen said she would have a hard time matching the enemy war leader. Okay, we're going to wait for opportunities. They waited for an opportunity, but we feinted and gained the advantage. Alright, fight fiercely. They could not hold their ground against our push. And push again we shall. They fought fiercely, but not as fiercely as us. It was soon over. All right, hopefully we taught these arrogant, wheel-riding scum a lesson. The fighting was fierce. Our magic took them aback. We drove the Naranani from the battlefield and were able to plunder their lands. Our share of the plunder was 15 cows and 4 horses. We took 4 cows worth of loot. We plundered the bowl of healing smoke, and we took a treasure. Using healing magic, our auxiliary saved 7 warriors from dying. Wow, we didn't take any losses at all. All right. And really, the purpose of that was to make sure that they really don't mess with us again and that they stop mocking us, because not only does their contempt for us motivate them to attack in the way that they have, but also it may disparage our reputation with other clans. So we had a very successful raid there. As much as I tend to be have some anxiety about raiding in this because I like to maintain good relations, sometimes that has to be done, if only to pacify your bloodthirsty people. The clan chroniclers. Anyway, we have an event here that looks very festive. The clan chroniclers gather in the story tent to breathe in the intoxicating smoke of your glorious past. Each stripe on the tent represents a fresh era in your clan's history. The time has come for a new strip of fabric to be added to the tent, on which emblems representing your clan's upcoming deeds will be sewn. Their eyes red with holy fervor, the chroniclers ask how you wish to procure the new fabric. Seize it from crafters of the Grey Wing clan. The Grey Wings really did us a solid just now, so no, let's not do that. Rolandar taught us that our tents could have another use to preserve memory from the passing years. That appears to be the purpose of the tent, yes. Okay. Legends tell of clans that perish because enemies wove trouble into the fabric of their story tents. And people just like snuck into the tent and they started weaving it. I can get a good price from the Yellow Hill clan. Okay, well, our good situation is pretty good. Our herds are back up about 500. I appreciate that. Crafters of the Grey Wing clan have made a bolt of story tent cloth for the Ruby Gates, and we'll be taking at them soon. We should ambush them. I'm not going to ambush them. I'm friends with the Ruby Gates, too. Sometimes our advisors get a little bloodthirsty. Well, for my taste. We can't go for long without a place to record our chronicle. If we tell our crafters to weave the cloth, it'll cost time they would otherwise spend on food jars. Okay. Okay, how much would we buy it for? How much can we get that for? Let's see. The Amber are known for their aggressive pursuit of trade. Let's try... I think that one of these clans that is not known for their aggressive pursuit of trade will end up giving us a better price because they won't be able to haggle us to the point of paying something unreasonable. They said that a properly done strip for a story tent requires much work on both the making of the threads and the weaving. They will make one for you for goods worth 5 cows. So that's a deal. That's a bargain. People were very happy to pay this price. Excellent. Among the Rams, we've become known as allies to the ghosts of El Empor. Not surprisingly, because we dealt out a smashing against one of those, some of those savages in the name of El Empor. This is because we told the Barnerings we were wreaking vengeance on the Shade's behalf when we attacked them. Some even call us by a nickname, the Ghost Friends. That sounds pretty intimidating to me. I wouldn't attack somebody known as the Ghost Friends. Our herders report, oh, the Chav Ashdai stole 26 cows. All right. They were gone before our patrols can reach them. We can ill afford the loss. That's certainly true. Okay, we've got 61 goods. We just missed a cattle raid, so perhaps there are some fortifications that we could buy that would help us to prevent that from happening in the future. We have a ditch, stake perimeter, and a watchtower. So we've got some fortifications going. A rampart would be 50 goods. Okay, we can only afford one of these. Okay. I think that we don't have the goods right at the moment to get this done. Let's see what ventures we can undertake. We should complete preparing our clan hall. Okay, so to prepare the clan hall, we need an inaugural feast in the hall. Okay, and 2 of my advisors are in favor of holding a feast. So feast we shall. Everyone in the clan came together with traditional dishes and plenty of kumis, which is fermented, as far as I understand, it's fermented horse milk. which sounds somewhat revolting to me, but is ambrosia to these riders. The stone-cooked stew was the talk of the feast. Our ancestors were obviously pleased that everyone sang in their honor. Everyone left happy. That's excellent. That's what went a lot better than some of these ventures sometimes go for me. The Parnt bloodline is expecting a new arrival. Henwell's wife, Neria, is pregnant with their first child. The Parnts have always claimed descent of their main male line from Verlaro, son of Elmar. Many portents attend the pregnancy. Neria dreams of talking with the stars. The women's tent vibrates when she enters it. And an eagle told us what his name should be, and that, yes, it is a boy. It is a masculine one. It is a masculine... I'm trying to work on that. I'm trying to work on my Godfather imitations. Okay. Well, our clan is very healthy. Okay, more Spirit's Omen. That's great. Okay. So, let's see what we can do as far as our relations are concerned. I don't think we have any alliances at the moment. Was it the Grey Wings that we tried to make an alliance with? And we failed? Yes, Ballandrai sought alliance with the Grey Wings. They responded with barely concealed amusement. Because they said, compared to ours, your herds are small. To use the King of Dragon Pass parlance. So let's try to make an alliance with someone other than the Grey Wings. And hopefully we can help each other out because now the frequency of these raids from the wheels and the rams are increasing. Who are our trading partners? Okay, let's see. What about these 7 stars people? They mock us. Okay, not likely to form an alliance with us. They like us. Okay. How about these Yellow Hill people? See if we can get an alliance going with them. And I can do a little bit of greasing of the wheels too with some goods because I've got some. I think that our exploration party never returned, which is always a risk when you're exploring. Although it may return at this point, I think it's unlikely because I think it's been almost a year since they went out, and that's unfortunate because the woman who led it was quite the experienced and skillful explorer. But there are lots of nasty things here in the Black Eel River Valley that can end the life of even the most hardy soul. Allies will worship it doesn't. Okay. Let's propose an alliance. And, I'm gonna make it worth their while. A delegation from the Grey Wing clan arrives at your border requesting a parley, but only with your male warriors. A female chieftain leads their clan, and you have heard rumors of dissent against her among its traditionalists. For this reason that you suspect that they seek your help in undermining her leadership. Alright. Well, I don't want to be impolite, but I don't want to get involved in the internal affairs of the Grey Wings, particularly because I don't want to jeopardize my relationship with whoever ends up getting into power in this apparent power struggle that's taking place among the Grey Wings. It's hard to trade with the clan after meddling in its affairs. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. We should help the side that will give us the most cows. Elders should know their own business and not be swayed by outsiders. They seemed awfully furtive when they arrived. We hear them out, but only to humor them. They wanted our men to visit their clan and tell vacillating elders that we would treat them favorably if they replaced Yadrana. We told them we would not. They departed displeased with us. Do you warn Yadrana? Yes, I do. Because the Grey Wing has had a great relationship with me so far, except Yadrana turned down my offer for an alliance. But other than that, we've been, our relationship is good. We've got a trade route going. They've confided in me. Let's see here. Diplomacy, we've got a couple of very good diplomacy people, diplomats, as they're called in English. And let's send Erastus to work his bargaining magic again. To do that voodoo, he does so well. Do you take a gift? Do I take a gift? Do I ever? The Drana thanked us for the warning, saying she owed us a favor. In gratitude, she gave us 28 cows. She was used to dealing with malcontents, she said. Okay, so hopefully that improved our relations there with the Grey Wings, and perhaps that could lead to the formation of an alliance in the future if these malcontents don't end up getting rid of Yadrana. In which case, the relations are going to be worse because we turned them down. Okay, so we sent out this alliance emissary. We've got it's now dark season. Insufficient warriors. Okay. That's only because a few of them are away. We've got 6 swords right now. Okay. What can we do here? Let's... fortifications. During dark season, I think the best approach is to sacrifice for blessings, assuming that we still need some. I'm sure there's 1 or 2 that we could benefit from. Nialda, okay, right. Oh, enhances venture effects. Okay, that sounds great. Let's see if we can get that cooperation blessing going. That people don't squabble when they're making a feast, and that the stone-cooked stew ends up as savory as it ought to be. The priestesses receive only confused visions. Sortiga noted that no worshipper of Nialda servant in the clan served. Okay, right. We had not... Okay, all right. So that was a mistake because I didn't put any points into ritual. Although I was able to get a blessing from another god, I guess possibly because I had a worshipper of the god on the ring. I received an extraordinarily clear vision of Buserion pointing to the stars and warning me personally that Orlanth the barbarian was coming to slay Emperor Yelm. We brought scrolls and other secrets of Buserion with us when we left the Golden City. So we know that his predictions are always reliable, but Orlanth murdered Yelm thousands of years ago. I don't think the gods have the same sense of time that we do. Yeah, well, there's this sort of ongoing war of the gods where you can go and retrace the steps of the gods. So yeah, time and space seem to function somewhat differently in the realm of the gods than what we mere mortals are used to. We've learned that the Twin Song clan engaged in a year-long ritual, which just ended with them attacking the Varliving clan. The Twin Songs were victorious, yeah. Get those ram savages and gain magical benefits. Their ancestors adopted the last survivor of Elimpur after it was wade raced by the rams. The Twin Songs hate rams as much as Kimka does, who is presumably someone from our clan I'm not familiar with. Your emissary Balindra... Okay, here we go. We're proposing an alliance. If I speak platitudes fervently enough, they will attribute to my words the qualities they most seek in an ally. She is very skilled. She knows whereof she speaks. Do you offer additional gifts? No. They agreed that we should join forces against the valley's many dangers and became our allies. We swore oaths of support and promised to worship at each other's temples. Excellent. All right. So I'm making good progress here. I'm still making profits as far as goods are concerned. Yep, herds are above 500, which is good. This is definitely a good time to go spirit hunting. Okay, that's an interesting suggestion. What about these spirits? Okay, well, there's not a lot that spirits can do for us right now. So it seems to me like it's time to sacrifice for a blessing. We do have a member of Erlandar, we do have a worshipper of Erlandar, who's sort of the god of custom and tradition and so forth on the ring. So even though we did not devote points to ritual, we should still be fairly safe, attempting to gain a blessing from the bearded god. The priest said a different sacrifice might succeed. Okay, all right. All right, so sacrifice didn't go so well in this particular year. Thankfully, we are making quite a profit as far as goods are concerned, so we could afford to experiment a little bit. But in the future, I'm going to remember, if I ever want to sacrifice for blessings, which I normally do during dark season, because that's basically, it's hard to do anything else during dark season, as far as I understand. Although this game seems like it's a little bit more lenient in terms of letting you leave your Tula, but still, presumably it's not the right time to be setting out on lengthy ventures into the unknown, right? Okay, you catch 4 young huntsmen of the Bright Eyes poaching on your land. When caught, they say they wandered here in pursuit of game on their own and were not told to come here by their elders. Still 4 West Clan burn poachers in fire cages. He was feared but not loved. Yeah, that's it. That sounds somewhat extreme. I think it makes sense that that's not even an option for me. Oh, let them go. Oh, those pesky kids. They should yield a ransom of about 20 cows. I don't know if I want to ransom the Bright Eyes people. I think that the Bright Eyes are people who I'm working on relations with at the moment. So if I can avoid it, I don't want to do anything too severe. 20 cows just wandered onto our lands. They should yield a ransom of about 20 cows. We could use some cows about now. Well, I'm going to frighten them, then let them go. When they had gone, people said the boys did not seem to be as frightened as they ought to have been. Eileen said she had been distracted by other concerns. I guess that she is she's sort of the badass war leader who naturally would be the most adept at frightening kids and soldiers. And yeah, she wasn't able to bring her A game this time as far as being frightening. All right, it's now storm season. We're not going to sacrifice for any more blessings this year because we didn't put a point in ritual. Because we can explore during storm season. You know, but that party hasn't come back. So I am concerned about exploring. Since it's a good time to go spirit hunting. Okay, we have winning over bull-headed people. The whistling wind is currently working its magic. Raven is all about theft from other clans, which is not something that we're going to be doing this year. And healing is, as the name implies, about healing. So, we don't really need to do that. After we send an emissary to each wheel clan, we can have more allies. All right, that's interesting. We have these Sa Gorin people. The Naranon people have attacked us. The Chavashtai have attacked us as well. Perhaps we can curry favor with these Sa Gorin. What do we know about them? Known for their close descent from Elmal. They owe us a favor, okay? And they keep slaves. I think that's typical among the wheel people. Because, as I said, they're savages. Well, they're not as savage as the Orlanthi, but they're somewhat arrogant and hostile toward us. Let's give some gifts. You know, it's almost always what I propose in this game, but it's hard to go wrong giving gifts. Yep. The party we sent to... Yep, this is as I feared. The party we sent to explore northwest a year ago has not returned. They must be presumed dead. Exploration would be safer if we had a shrine to Zarlan or sacrifice for the Pathfinder blessing. Okay, that's a good suggestion. Thank you. Well, that's an unfortunate loss. Yeah, you know, this good situation is still so good. Perhaps it's time to build another shrine. You got this brutal blessing going. What about getting another Akarna? What about getting this silver tongue going? If I were to build a temple, that would cost me 50 goods. That would be quite significant. I think that a little bit more significant. So what I think I want to do is I think I want to save up to acquire a temple for Akarna, because we really could use this silver tongue blessing. That's going to help us to make alliances in addition to helping us make trade routes. We're doing very well in the trade routes, but I'm sure that silver tongue certainly can't hurt. And I'd always make sure to get that back when I played King of Dragon Pass. All right, so we can build a shrine to one of these gods here. Buserion, that's just all about recording things. I'm just looking at the blessings that I have right now and seeing who I might want to, which god I might want to add a blessing for here. All right. Well, we just got that. Yeah. Well, we were just warned about the situation with the exploration party that didn't return. That it would be a good idea to get a shrine to Zarlan. So let's do that. Okay. We sent Balindrar to give goods worth 8 cows to the Sagarin clan. The Sagarin chief seemed annoyed that we had sent a woman as our representative. So this is something that you have to think about. And this is something that I wasn't accustomed to thinking about in King of Dragon Pass, but now another variable is that there are certain clans who are led by men and certain ones that are led by women, and they tend to disfavor people from the opposite gender coming to talk with them, and especially trying to propose some kind of alliance or trade route with them. They accepted our gifts with superior smiles, as charioteers usually do. I think they're more favorably disposed toward us now, though charioteers try not to show that they might like us, just because they're jerks. I visited all our fields, says our David Dunham-looking friend, and I'm getting worried. We've been raising grains on them for about 5 years now. They're starting to show signs of exhaustion. We could probably wait a year, but we need to convert some of our pastures to cropland. Very well. Okay, so I think we've seen this before. The walls of your story tent shudder and shake. Threads loose themselves from the tent fabric, forming themselves into a human-like shape. Your elders speak to the being, who claims to be Yarnus, a long-dead ancestor commemorated in the saga embroidered on the tent. Do not delay me, it intones. I have slept too long and must tend to my cattle. I'm sorry, dude, but you're long dead and technically don't have any cattle. But probably telling him that is not going to dissuade him, so we'll see if we can do something with a little bit more finesse. Yarnus fought gloriously against the trolls, so, you know, he's worth humoring a little bit here. Even after death, a brave warrior may continue to serve as one of our ancestral spirits. Dose Yarnus to rejoin his fellows in the tent wall. Yeah, you're made of thread at this point. A thread's meant to be part of the tent, you know. That's where you can do the most good, because you're a piece of thread. Even ghosts listen to reason. Ghosts have no use for our money, but they can file lawsuits. In Glorantha, sacred stories help us build temples and aid us when we fly to the sky to fight in the gods' war. What if he wants to rejoin his fellows? Confused, Yarnus asked why he should live in such a place. He would not admit that he was dead. I guess that's a problem that most ghosts share. Our disputation with him awoke other ancestral spirits who grabbed the threads and pulled Yarnus back into the fabric of the tent. They appropriately named Yarnus, so I see what they did there. But the effort cost them dearly, draining their ability to transmit magic to us in the seasons to come. So we just lost some magic, unfortunately. Okay. It's now sacred time at the start of another year. And, yeah, I think that this one may be a little bit shorter today just because of the press of other kinds of business. Other kinds of business in my life, I say with a raised eyebrow. No, it's nothing particularly sinister. I've just been kind of busy with music projects, actually. I'm working on a couple of feature films right now. And I also have a band that's called Do Not Bend. Which is going to be releasing a music video and probably a lyric video pretty soon. So a lot of music projects on the table right now that are consuming a lot of my time, but hey, that's how I love to spend my time. That and putting on silly costumes and playing 6 Ages. All right, so I'll see you all soon, and I'm actually going to be out of town at a wedding for a couple of days next week, but oh wait, no, that's this week actually because it's Monday. So I won't be streaming again on Friday, but yeah, we'll definitely pick up again on or before next Monday. And with all that said, I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching.